Friends, we already started the lesson variation, and in this lecture I will classify the variation. Variation is classified into two parts. One is the direct variation and another one is the inverse variation. Then what is the difference between the direct variation and the inverse variation, that I will explain now. Then I will start with the direct variation. First of all, try to understand that variation is classified into two parts. One is the direct variation and another one is the inverse variation. What is the meaning of direct variation? That you have to see. I already told that for defining the variation or for explaining the variation, minimum two quantities are needed. And without the two quantities, we will not explain the direct variation or inverse variation. So, I will say that in direct variation, I will say the definition. When one quantity increases, another quantity also increases. When one quantity will increase, then another quantity will also increase. And when one quantity will decrease, and when one quantity will decrease, then the another quantity will also decrease. But the ratio, what I am saying, but the ratio between the two quantity remains constant or same. But the ratio between the two quantity remains constant or same. This one is called as the direct variation. Very easy and simple definition. I will say that I will take one of the example, and when I will explain the example, that time you will understand the direct variation. So, simple definition is that when one quantity increases, another quantity also increases. And when one quantity decreases, another quantity also decreases. Then the ratio between the two quantity remain constant. You have to keep in your mind, in direct variation ratio is constant. Ratio is constant means ratio is same. Then that type of variation is called as the direct variation. So I will take one of the example. The number of notebook and the cost of notebook. Number of notebook is represented by X and the cost of notebook is represented by Y. So I will take this same example, whatever I explained in the previous lecture. Number of notebook is 1. Number of notebook is 1. At that time, cost of the notebook is 20. If the number of notebook is 3, at that time cost of the notebook is 60. If the number of notebook is 9, cost of the notebook is 180. If the number of notebook is 24, at that time cost of the 24 notebook is 480. And if the cost of the notebook is 50, if the number of notebook is 50, at that time cost of the 50 notebook is 1000 rupees. Just you have to look at the board. Please concentrate in this example. This is the first quantity, this is the another quantity. This is the one quantity, this is the another quantity. Here, if the number of notebook is 1, cost is 20. If the number of notebook is 3, cost is 60. If the number of notebook you will purchase 9, that time cost is 180. Then if the number of notebook is 24, cost is 480. And if the number of notebook is 50, that time cost is 1000. And these are the two quantities, the number of notebook and the cost of notebook. So I will say that if the number of notebooks are less, at that time cost is less. What I am saying, that I have to try to understand. If the number of notebooks are less, that time cost is less. When the number of notebooks are more, cost is more. So I will show by the arrow. If one quantity will increase, when one quantity will increase, at that time I will say that when one quantity will increase, at that time cost is also increase. And when one quantity will decrease, at that time cost will also decrease. By the arrows you have to try to understand. When one quantity will increase, when 50 number of books are there, at that time cost is more. If one number of book is there, at that time cost is less. Here number of books are less, here number of books are more. So I will say that if the one quantity will increases, then the another quantity also increases. And when one quantity decreases, another quantity is also decreases. But what I am saying, the ratio between the two quantity remain constant. Ratio means first quantity to second quantity. I wrote here ratio is equal to number of notebooks. This is the first quantity upon cost of the notebook. This ratio has to come same for each and every case. that will come same or not, that you have to see. I will take the ratio of x upon y. If this one is x, this one is y, 1 upon 20 is equal to, this ratio will come 1 upon 20. 3 upon 60. 3 upon 60, when you will divide at that time, this will come 1 upon 20. When 9 upon 18, 9 upon 180 is equal to, this will come 1 upon 20. And 24 upon 480, this will come 1 upon 20. And 50 upon 1000, 50 upon 1000, if you will solve this at that time, this will come 1 upon 20. This will come 1 upon 20. Here, if you will observe, this is the first quantity, this is the another quantity. This is the ratio. Ratio is represented as x is to y. This ratio remain constant or same. Here, the ratio of these two quantities is 1 upon 20. Ratio of this quantity is 1 upon 20. Ratio of these two quantities is 1 upon 20. Ratio of these two quantities is 1 upon 20. And ratio of this quantity is also 1 upon 20. Means from that you will infer that, you will conclude that the ratio between the two quantity remain constant in the direct variation. And what is the meaning of direct variation? When one quantity increases, another quantity also increases, and when one quantity decreases, another quantity also decreases, but the ratio between the two quantity remain constant, then that type of variation is called as the direct variation. So you have to say that this is the type of the direct variation. And this, if I will say that this is the first quantity, this is the second quantity, means x is the first quantity and y is the another quantity, and I will say that x is directly varies with y. So if x varies directly with y, or x is directly varies with y, at that time I will write using the mathematical symbol. It can be written as, I will write this as x is directly varies with y. By mathematical symbol, I will say that x is directly varies with y, or x is directly proportional with y. I will say that x is directly proportional with y. X is directly proportional with y. I will write this mathematically. I will write this as x is directly proportional with y. This symbol, I will say that this symbol alpha, this symbol is known as alpha, x alpha y. So you have to say that x is directly proportional to y. So this alpha, this symbol is called as the alpha. In Greek letter is used to denote the variation, and this symbol alpha is used to denote the variation. And if x is directly proportional to y, if you want to remove this directly proportional sign, at that time you have to give the equal to sign, and you have to write the constant of proportionality k. So you will say that x is equal to, instead of this alpha you will write equal to. If you will remove this Greek letter alpha, that time you have to write the constant of proportionality k into y. So you have to say that x is equal to k into y. K is called as the constant of variation. If I will say that p is directly proportional to q, and if I want to remove this proportionality sign, and if I want to give the equal to sign, at that time here I will write p is equal to q, but I have to write the k into p into q, because this k is called as the proportionality constant. So I wrote here k is the constant of the variation, and in between the k and y multiplication sign. So you will transpose this y that side. At that time x upon y is equal to k. So I will say that x upon y is one type of the ratio. So if the ratio is equal to k, if the ratio is equal to k means if ratio is constant, at that time these quantities are directly varies with each other, and in between x and y there is the direct variation, and in direct variation the ratio is constant. So you will say that x upon y is equal to k. So x upon y is equal to k is called as the equation of the direct variation. So if anybody will say that if you want to find out the equation of the direct variation, at that time you have to say that k is equal to x upon y. So in this way I explained this direct variation. I think you understand the direct variation. But again I will explain that in direct variation, if one quantity increases, that time another quantity also increases, and when one quantity decreases, another quantity also decreases, but the ratio between the two quantity remain constant, because here ratio is 1 upon 20, here also ratio 1 upon 20, in all places ratio is 1 upon 20 in between the two quantities. That's why above this example is called as the direct variation. And if x is directly varies with y, at that time you will write x is directly varies with y. If you wants to remove this alpha sign or variation sign, at that time you have to write equal to sign, you have to write the constant of proportionality multiplied by y, and if you will transpose y, at that time x upon y is equal to k, at that time you will say that ratio is constant in direct variation. So I think you understand all these things. Write all these things in the classwork notebook properly, and this is the definition. You have to write this definition in the basic notebook, and you have to learn this definition also properly. Thank you.